Yes, sir. You already know the vibes. We is back. Wow, you wouldn't believe it, but I didn't even miss an upload. Consistent, kept going for 2 weeks. We're at 63 subs. Bro, we did not bad, dude. We didn't do too bad. Day 242. Now, you see, I'm back home. Trip was lovely. Realized ever more than now, I would actually live in Japan. I said in the description one time that I was considering it, and then I realized, nah, not maybe not, just because of the circumstances. But no, ever since I left, I miss it more than ever. But yeah, let's just get into uh, what we want to talk about. It's 10:40 something. I took a bit of a nap. Woke up from a nap. I'm dazed. I've been tired all day. But I bought some clothes and some shoes. So let's talk about it. I did say I would do a haul, so we will do a haul, a real quick one, and then I'll get my ass back to bed. I'm so tired. Let me just finish bringing out the rest of the stuff. I don't know. It doesn't seem like much, but oh yeah, I can give you guys a rundown on pricing if you want as well. This was a buck and a half, I will say. This was a pretty penny. Just make sure I have everything. I have one more pair of pants, but that's in the wash because I wore it while I was actually on the plane. Yeah, that's it. So all in all, I actually only bought clothes. Didn't buy anything significant other than clothing. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really want anything else. Even in Japan, I still want more clothes. You think I think I'd have enough, but now I'm back here the whole haul. So yeah, let's go bit by bit. So actually, half of the stuff is from Uniqlo, which is kind of yeah. About four. I bought four things from Uniqlo because yeah, Uniqlo did ass locked in this year, bro. I didn't know they were actually good like that now, or still. I went in December 2025. Safe to say it was rather disappointing, but this year changing the game out here, dude. First item picked up. I swear this cord starts to the sea, but basically, very, 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 very baggy shorts. Now, for reference, I shall stand on this chair so you can see the actual full length of my body. Well, I'll go a little further back. Oh, I got that too. I'll show you guys that soon. So yeah, you can see my knees. This is my waist. Goes right about down to my fucking ankle nearly, but is not a pant. It is a short. Yeah. So these are a cool summer item, winter item. They're this is made out of just I guess normal cotton twill. Um, but then I also got another one, which is a lot more lightweight of this, nylon sort of windbreaker material, like a parachute pant. Same dimensions. This one's also, but the one I got in the cotton is a large, so the waist. Obviously, it's Japan, sizes are there very fucking tiny. So I had to get a large for the one of those. But I got this one a small, and this one's kind of tight on the waist. But I kind of try to account for that because I knew this was elastic. But yeah, if I gain weight, bro, GG's, bro. I'm not putting this shit on. But it's okay. We're only going down from here, you know. They say DJ Khaled. I never lose. I only win. Okay. Next from Uniqlo. All right. Boom. Liz, I don't even want to even pronounce it. Guys, I have to come clean. I'm low key a LARPer. Okay. This is from Uniqlo. Tough little T, little graphic T. Still revolutionary. That's what it says on the back. Yeah, I saw. I was like, yeah, this shit's tough as hell. This is from Uniqlo. Like, see, they low key locked in. Like, they tapped in with this shit. It's just a calm T. But yeah, confession. I didn't know this was a musical, or apparently it's a musical. World-renowned film. Les Miserables. I don't know, bro. But yeah, apparently this is a film, and a pretty famous one at that. Um, and I actually didn't know until pretty recently. So yeah, I just thought they were tough. I thought it was a cool thingy. Searching it up right now. Yeah, it's a 2012 film. And Hugh Jackman's in it. So yeah, pretty cool shirt. Don't really know anything about it, but yeah, apparently it's a pretty cool film. Yeah, that's it. That's cool. So that's one of our shirts. Next one here. Now, if you know, you know. Boom, Hunter x Hunter, the UT Uniqlo shirt. This one was pretty viral on TikTok, or going crazy on TikTok. So I actually did see this before I deleted TikTok. I still have a stick on it. Yeah, I bought a large here because I had a small, and it was just how I like a small fit tight clothing where it's kind of like crop proportion in that, but the small with this particular shirt here wasn't cutting it simply just because sleeves were a little short. So I opted in for an oversized look. Partially to someone to blame, partially for that was this one dude who walked past me in the Harajuku streets of Omotesando Hills. He was wearing this fit. He's wearing a fit with this shirt on. That boy was tough as fuck. So I was like, damn, you can get a large one of those. So yeah, ended up getting these two. I said new prices. So these parachute ones, I remember they were 39.90 yen, 3,990 yen. That is, you could just say $45. Pretty sure this one, the cotton one, was literally the same price. So add that up, 45, it's $90 for those two. These shirts come to 2,000 yen each, pretty sure, 1990. So another 45 bucks. Calm. That's it for Uniqlo. I don't remember buying anything else. So yeah, I'm trying to go chronologically here. Just thinking about what did I buy, you know. So yeah, Uniqlo was like day 4, day 5, maybe even day 3 or 4. I picked that up. Then my next purchase was some shoes. So I went to Harajuku on a very rainy day. This is a bad day, honestly. This is one of the worst of days because we had just gone to Japan and we wouldn't. I hadn't really adjusted, to the weather yet. I realized it was raining. It was hot because that happened once I touched down. I was like, brother, it's raining and it's hot. But yeah, it was really getting to me this one day. I like genuinely was getting mad, pissing me off. To the point where, we would finish the day, like literally we would go home at like 1 p.m. And I'd be like, bruv, like, back in December, like I was out till 7, bro. And that was like the minimum I go home, bro. But that's when I realized like, okay, this is gonna be a lot different than all my other experiences. But yeah, looking back now, these showing that I'm able to survive the toughest of toughest circumstances of what Japan has to offer, and still look at it with like, man, that show was amazing. Like genuinely, nothing bad in Japan though. So more than likely, more than ever, is where I kind of see myself. Definitely, like I can 100% see myself, finding a permanent residency there. To be honest, like I don't know what it is. It's like just I guess you could say introvert's dream, but that is really not the deciding factor into why I would move there. It's just there's a lot of different conditions, but one thing I can say for sure, that is a factor. is kind of the comparison between where I live now and there. Like I was actually I touched down literally this morning, so I've only been here for past 12 hours, or I've been home for the past 12 hours. Went to the shop. I ran some errands today. I fucking got home. I had to do some shit. Like everybody's expecting me. Like every morning from my return. Like yo, all right, you here now? Can you help me? Like I had to clean up. Yeah, whatever. But just like going back around, doing shit. I was like, man, I don't like this country. You know, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to be here, bro. But yeah, I think this is a problem we can figure out later, or not a problem to be resolved, just a thing in the back of my mind. But yeah, off track. I'm sure you guys don't really care about that. Let's get back to the actual clothing. So yeah, that was a Uniqlo haul. Then I went back on another day, Harajuku. I think actually these came first before the Uniqlo, but I didn't realize. I didn't even know. I didn't plan to do it chronologically. But boom. Aren't these the sexiest pair of shoes you've ever seen in your life? Look at the chrome. It's got a chrome silver. Can't really tell with the sliding in the screen, but yeah, these are Nike Total 90s. I went to a shoe store with my little brother, cruising in Harajuku. I was like, yeah, I want some new shoes. He was also looking for some new shoes. He was looking specifically for some Mizuno's because I like he put them on and he loves the brand. I don't know, he's a brand fanatic. But yeah, I saw these on the corner of my eye. I was like, oh, what is this? Literally never seen a shoe like this. And then I looked at the price. Holy shit, 14,000 yen. It's about 150 bucks. I was like, what the hell is this? This is a steal. I've never seen a shoe with, such a nice thingy for 14,000. Not only the design sold me, the price sold me 2 million tenfold. So yeah, these are fucking sick. They have a little, it's like the what is it? The what are these called? The laces are unaligned. They're unaligned lacing. I don't know. There's a word for it, but yeah, these are first pair of shoes that I bought in Japan. They're pretty sick, pretty comfy. They're low, pretty not too wide as well. I tend to buy shoes that are kind of wide in length, but this one is very slim fit. Fits the my toes, pretty streamlined, like yeah, beautiful cop. If I really didn't need more shoes. I literally said like, I don't really need any more shoes. I have so many, but nope, could not resist because for 150 bucks, what do you find? Where are you finding shoes like that? I look at like shoes you can buy in New Zealand, like Sylvia Park, like JD Sports, fucking Jordans and whatnot. Those are like 200 shoes. But like to be fair, shoes in Japan, they're looking still the same price as shoes anywhere else. There's nothing like stupid cheap that you wouldn't get anywhere else. Maybe Onitsuka Tiger at most. So Total 90s in general are pretty cheap, but I've never even seen Total 90s in Japan. So beats me, dude. So what do I get next? So I guess it was this. Yeah, I guess nothing else. No, was it? It wasn't. All right, so I said in my description one time, I got a black messenger bag. Obviously, in Japan, second streets, vintage shopping, thrifting is a big thing in Japan, or a big thing people like to do in Japan. I am no, exception of that. I find thrifting pretty fun. It's like you're going in there, you never know what you're gonna come out with, or you might have one thing in mind that you would want to buy, and you come out with something else. But I set my eyes on a black messenger bag, and a sexy ass black messenger bag is what I found. Boom! This is the nicest bag. This is a John. Oh, you can't even see it. Oh, maybe. This is a John Paul Gaultier vintage messenger bag. Yes, you heard that right. The same motherfuckers who are using my perfume, or who make my perfume. These guys, I didn't even know they did this. But yes, they make bags, and this is the finest. I literally, it was a crazy snipe, dude. I was literally walking into the aisles, and I just like it was like the first, second aisle I went into. We had just opened into that. We just arrived at Second Street. If you don't know what Second Street is, it's a secondhand store. It's a franchise brand. They have it everywhere. But yeah, I literally just walked into the second aisle. I was like, oh, boom! I see it. Black leather messenger bag. Load. What is it? What's the? Lo and behold, lo and behold, there it is. Obviously, yeah, nothing special, but it's just the enigma it carries. Like this is gonna be so tough with any fits that are just like all black. Has a bunch of pockets, pretty versatile, and it's JPG, so it's probably real leather. That was 17,900 that I got it for, which is around 180, 190 bucks, maybe 185, 185 for that bag. um, quite a big lump of money, but yeah, that was a bag. I was like, I absolutely need to buy this. That was a no brainer. Like it wasn't crazy expensive. If it was anything above anything above 20K, I start to get a little like, ooh, 20K, like yeah. Um, yeah. So after that, I was doing more sneaker shopping because I so like I set my sight out on a messenger bag, copped it. What's one more thing I needed? Ah, I need loafers. I've been looking for a nice pair or a affordable pair at that of loafers for I think since God made water. But your boy finally copped some. Oh my days. These are Puma loafers. Um Now I don't actually wear Puma, or I you know don't really you know I don't really do much with Puma, in terms of their brand. Puma is probably Puma and like Fila, probably like two brands I don't even, you know, it's just not me. But man, I saw these on the shelves. I was like, oh, these are nice. Once again, not crazy expensive. These were 16,500 yen for those loafers. Yeah, they're pretty comfortable. Only thing that I kind of messed up on was I took them on a hike. Well, not a hike, but we went out and I wore those loafers and we went to a park, like a garden. And gardens have very long hiking, like walking trails. And I walked the entire trail in these loafers. And I realized, the heel bite, not heel bite, that's jeans. The ankle, like, it just fucking chafes your ankle because it's kind of, yeah, it's so low. Fucking crucial mistake. I will not do that again. Yeah. So my ankles were literally stinging. Like they got cut up. My sock was literally like red at that part because it was bleeding. So yeah, note to self: probably should only wear those to events where you're sitting down or you're not moving a lot or you're not gonna be in shoes for a while or be active. Those are dress shoes, and I'm an idiot. I learned my lesson, but the fit was hard though, so won't say nothing about that. Yeah, so that's done. That's done. So that was my second pair of shoes. Um, yeah. So moving on. We're actually running out of stuff, but went back to another Second Street. Oh, I just saw it, but went back to another Second Street. This was in the Harajuku one. Those loafers I bought at the Ginza. Yeah, Ginza Atmos. Atmos is a shoe store, streetwear shoe store. Very cool stuff there. They had these cool sandals. I think it was I don't actually know the brand, but yeah, they were fire. But they were $300, so yeah. But yeah, went to Second Street to Harajuku, and I found this bad boy. Picked up this long sleeve, Adidas. Um, Low key though, it's like tiny. Like the sleeves, they're like about the size of nothing. Yeah, the shirt's tiny, but I just couldn't, not buy it. I was actually like thinking like, oh, this shirt's real small. Should I even buy it? Like, but then I was like, no, I cannot get the shirt anywhere else. Pretty sure this shirt's probably for like 7-year-olds, but you know, I knew for sure I wasn't going to regret buying it. Well, actually, I never really regret anything I buy because I only buy heat, to be honest. But the clerk, the employee, baddie girl, she was like, the shirt's kawaii as fuck. So yeah. After she said it was kawaii, I was like, oh yeah, I knew this was valid. So granted, it is very small. So you know, you can't you can't change the clothing, but you can always change the the body. So I work hard to be able to fit into this nicely. I hope so. But this is legitimately for like Asian twinks. So this is probably like in game final boss. We'll get to this point one day. Just to get a sheer measurement of how small it is. My body is literally like stretching this shit out. Granted, I am kind of obese now, but yeah, no, that was a cool pickup. This one was like about 29.90, $30. So that was also like a ICI comp. So after that, that purchase went a little dormant. Didn't buy much for like a few days. I didn't just because I didn't buy much, but the things I did buy, I wasn't buying just like slop. I was trying to buy, more intentional stuff, things I actually wanted or needed, or like things I don't have in my wardrobe. So yeah, went pretty dormant for a bit, but after few days, went back to an ABC Mart Grand Stage, and I picked up these ASIC slip-ons. Pretty tough, bro. These shoes, like, they're not shoes that I've ever seen in New Zealand or even in anywhere else. Like literally, never seen these Toto 90s. Never seen these Puma loafers. Never seen these motherfuckers like grandma shoes, but they're definitely not exclusive. Actually, I think this one might be. Yeah, I remember I saying something exclusive. They're definitely not exclusive to the country, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I haven't worn these once, but because I bought them, I just chucked them in the suitcase. They are fucking flames, dude. It is a slip-on, so there's no laces, there's no thing. You just kind of pop them in. This is a Velcro strap. Um, Honestly, beauty in the eye of the beholder. People would say, some would say that these are low-key ugly. Um, Honestly, I can respect that. These aren't like, I can't really describe it there's no really selling point to it. But yeah, this is a very acquired taste, I'd say, but I think these are nice. Now granted, I bought these kind of like mindlessly. I saw them, thought they were cool, tried them on, and I just went, all right, I'll buy it. I didn't really think too much about it. I don't regret it per se, but these are definitely not kind of a holy grail, like I said, or like a must buy, or like a no brainer. Just kind of bought on a whim. I was like, oh yeah, it matches the conditions of what it takes for me to consider buying something. I don't really have slip-ons. I don't have shoes of green color. Um, don't really wear Asics, nor do I have any. Yeah, kind of once again, nor do I have any shoes of this kind of style. So yeah, this is like a cool winter boot, I guess. Those are a cool winter pickup. Those are about 11. Those are the cheapest shoes I have yet. See, those are 11,000 yen. Literally, barely $100. Can you believe that? You're buying like high quality Asics. Like those aren't just some normal, you know, grandma Skechers. Those aren't no normal Skechers, but they're like literally cheaper than some Skechers. Yeah, which is fucking crazy. So, $110 for those shoes. I think that was also a factor of why I bought those. Price was outrageous. $110, mate. Yeah, I'm not finding anything better than that. So yeah, I don't actually know. I don't really like usually with most things I buy. I'm pretty. I can pretty like I can envision like how I wear it in terms of like making fits with them. This one I'm a little stumped. I don't really know how I would wear it with anything. like color matching and stuff. I don't know. There might be like just like a daily shoe or like something I just wear like out to, like it's like the equivalent of wearing slides. Like you're not trying, you're just chilling. Those are pretty cool. But yeah, I still fuck with them just because they're very chill. I feel like I find my style to be very carefree. Like people like to accessorize a lot, and I understand that. But you know, like practically, I do not really see myself accessorizing. And that might diminish. Obviously, that diminishes the aesthetic of your fit to a certain degree. But I honestly, genuinely, just cannot find myself. Can't be asked, to be honest. That's the word, I guess. Genuinely cannot be asked to be accessorizing myself with bling bling jewelry. Pulling rings on, putting necklaces on, putting whatever on, just to take it all off at the end of the night or the end of the day. And I guess it is in the subtle details that matter, but I realize that too with like just the way I dress and the way I approach fashion in general is like, even with my brand. Yeah, we're not done about the brand yet. The brand is still alive. Don't worry, guys. Just because I went away for 2 weeks, the brand is very much still there. But yeah, it's like I just kind of divert more towards statement pieces, where it's kind of like one thing is doing all the talking, and the rest is just kind of complementing that, rather than, me just putting a whole bunch of shit on. Y'all know that one photo of the worst fashion style. The voted worst voted fashion style, the TikTok streetwear where they have all the New York Yankees, fucking the ties, the hats, the jackets, the pants that go wider than your mom, and like loafers and whatnot. And they have the jean chain. If you know, you know. Yeah, those guys are like just the epitome of everything that I do not want to do. Imagine every day I wanted to go out. You just like I gotta put on all that. Like, come on, dude. I'm just trying to go. Oh yeah, let's wear that, wear that, wear that. Put these shoes on. Like, it's like a customization. Where it's kind of like, oh yeah, scroll through the customization wheel. Oh, these shoes are nice. Boom. Oh, go with some pants with that, shirt with that. Maybe throw a hat on or a bag. But those are practical. There's really no practicality with jewelry, and it's more like a thing like not a lot of people around me wear jewelry as well. So for me to bling myself out like that, like it's not that I'm trying to like diminish myself, but you don't it's to kind of fit inside the room, reading the room. If you're going to an event, you don't want to be bedazzled out doing the most. You want to be chill, and I like to be chill. Like I'd rather be just wearing a chill like my shit. Wear a blazer. Ooh, a blazer's nice. But yeah, so I like the idea of more statement pieces, which is why I find myself buying things that are more statement like. Um, I don't really buy like blanks or anything. I like to find cool pieces that you know that I like. Nothing really too basic. And I have very distinct visions of the type of look I'm going for. But yeah. Anyways, this is a long ass video, dude. 30 minutes. I didn't think it'd be this long. But yeah, moving on to our last two pieces. I bought these on the same day. So the first one, boom. Yeah, this might be some of y'all's favorites. This is vintage custom fit, oversized fit, I guess, drop shoulder. I don't know why I'm describing it, but yeah, purple polo Ralph Lauren polo. Now I was meaning to get a oversized polo. I've been meaning to for a while, but I never I kind of put it off. I forgot about it. Originally, I wanted like a Lacoste one. There's actually a specific piece I wanted. It was an orange striped one. Don't even know. I still to this day don't even know where you can get that. I saw it somewhere and I looked for it and I just couldn't find it. But yeah, to this day that shit's lost media. Went to Second Street. They had a Polo Ralph Lauren section. They had a polo section. And yeah, managed to fish this one out. Very oversized. Just overall looks great. Um, yeah, I like the color too. I'm not really a purple guy, but I guess I am now. This one was fucking nice. I wore it, tried it on. The fit was absolutely beautiful. So, as long as I don't wear jorts with this, I should be fine. I'll still be original. I won't be another white guy who goes to bars. They all wear Polo Ralph Lauren. I don't know if it's vintage though, but yeah, this is a Brazil one. I think this is I have no idea what if it's for Brazil. It must be for a sport, no? I don't know, but yeah. And then my last pickup, which is this is presumably the last thing I bought the entire trip. Yeah, this was. This is on like the second to last day. Just another graphic tee. This is from ROFJ. Is that yes, J ROFJ, which is a jump shop. Um, spin off a sequel, brother store, sister store. Um, they focus more on merchandise rather than jump shop. They sell toys and figurines and shit, whatever they do. Which are more catered towards the weekly Shonen Jump. This one's more catered towards more classical anime. They had just Dragon Ball Z, Hunter x Hunter, Bleach, Naruto. And then yeah, I was shopping. I actually wasn't gonna buy anything in their store. My brother was buying a bunch. He bought a water bottle, a carabiner. I wasn't buying all that. I didn't really want any of that. But then it had this little display area, and it had a bunch of the stuff they were selling: carabiner, accessories, notebooks, all displayed in a nice little like cart case kind of looking thing. But one thing that I had not seen in the entire store for sale, it was literally hanging. Like this is the display, right? It was literally hanging like this. Oh shit! Oh shit! You get the idea. It was hanging like that. And I was like, whoa, what is that shirt? That bitch is nice. If you can tell, not only does it come with a print, but there it is. A little bit. You can see the little glare. There's an embossing of a clear, translucent, like gel, like embossing of ROFJ, the brand, and by Jump Shop. So I saw that. I was like, that is a fucking sick shirt. I want that right now. I mean, yeah, this is. I got a large because they didn't have any other sizes. They only had an XL or a large. But it's okay. This is a shirt I see myself like wearing in the gym. But yeah, I saw it. I was like, yeah. And I spent like another 5 minutes finding it, and then I eventually found it. But yo, that shirt. Oh, let's go back to the Polo Ralph Lauren. If you wanted to know, that shirt was 16,500. Yeah, that was $170 shirt. It's Polo, it's Ralph Lauren's vintage. It's all in the brand, but yeah. But this shirt here was 6,600, so a little more expensive than your average Uniqlo tee. It's nothing different. If anything, if this was in Uniqlo, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, this one was 6,600, which is about $70. Also, again, just the branding. But yeah, that concludes everything I bought in Japan. All in all, I think I spent like $700-800 on everything in total, according to my Revolut card, in which I made all these purchases. Yeah. So, yeah, this was definitely, to say the least, quite the haul. I'm super, super satisfied with what I bought. Granted, one of these things, Adidas, Adidas, this fucking thing here. Don't even think this will see the light of day for months. At least definitely not now. I need to, seriously, need to get back into the, gotta lose some fucking weight, dude. But yeah, everything I bought was just like super, super sick. Japan is still a number one experience of all time. Always will be. That shit is just never gets old. Like at first, at the start of the trip, I was like, man, this is really the worst of Japan. But then looking back at it now, for me to truly appreciate what that country is, for what it is, you got to see both the ups and downs. You always go through the peak seasons, but no one ever talks about the low lights because obviously no country is perfect. Nothing's perfect. So there'll always be the ups and downs, the dark sides of something. And if I'm able to like it even throughout the dark sides, I think that just shows the genuine appreciation I have for the country and the environment. So just needless to say, that is a shop. I mean, that is a country that I just will never get tired of. So it makes sense for me to move there. But yeah, that is it for today. It is 11:19 tomorrow. No, I don't want to say anything tomorrow. It's bad juju. This video is long enough. If you stuck till the end, you're an OG dude. Thanks so much. But yeah, we are still pretty. We're still continuing. We are still continuing production with the sample. I did mention the latest update in the comments. We went from a two-piece pattern hood to a one-piece pattern hood, just to keep up with consistency standards for a future bulk order, so that we don't have to get shit wrong all the time. Granted, I did like the two-piece better, but I guess this works, the one-piece. And if it doesn't, we'll just switch it again when our next sample or our next production, bulk order or whatever. But yeah, in the meantime, go back to the gym. I want to really focus on my fitness. Yeah, that's about it for today. Thank y'all for sticking around. This is day 242. Yeah, so I'll see y'all boys tomorrow. We are back. Yeah, good night, y'all. Peace.